guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Molly here today with another video, and I've got a little Robin kind of behind the camera helping me. Say hi! Yeah! Good girl. So today I thought I would do a little wee get ready with me, but I also thought I would spice it up a bit and do a Q&A of some of the questions you guys have asked me. So without any further ado, I guess we better get straight on to the video, which I think is that way. Let's get into the video. So I think I should probably tie my hair up and have a very big forehead. Look how big that forehead is. My God. What a forehead. Hey, what a forehead. What can I say? Right, so first of all, I've already put some lotion, some moisturiser on, so I'm just going to use the Collection Lasting Perfection of foundation and pop some of that on. So the first question is, how old am I? I am 20 at the moment. I'm going to be 21 in June, so that should be fun. It's quite scary being 21. I'm officially an adult. I am not prepared for it, even though like I moved out 3 years ago and I've had my own place for since I was what, 18, 19. I still am a bit daunted by being 21, but yes, I'm 20. Second question, where do you live? I live in Wales. Great place, Wales, love Wales, lots of leeks. There aren't actually lots of leeks, even though it's like the national vegetable of Wales. I don't find there's a lot of leeks around here. And I actually find leeks get leek rust around here a lot, so you can't really grow leeks. Like, it's really hard. They get like the size of a spring onion and then they start rusting. So that's lovely. Question number 3 is, do I have any siblings? No, I don't have any siblings. I am a only child, and does that, I mean, is it weird? I feel like most people have siblings, right? Like, there aren't that many only children. Maybe there is less so now, I don't really know. But yes, I am an only child, and I don't think it's made me that selfish. I mean, I do sometimes struggle with sharing people, and I do think that's because I'm an only child, but that may just be the way I'm wired as a human, and have absolutely nothing to do with whether I had siblings. Anyway, I'm waffling. What are your life goals? Good question. I really would like to have a plant nursery at some point in my life, and I would also like to buy a patch of land and return it back to nature and grow trees on it and allow it to be a public space that people can use. But I would also like to make it full access for anyone with disabilities. That is like one of my main life goals, and the other one is a plant nursery, which is sustainably ran and can help people with growing their own food. So that's a big goal of mine. We shall see if I ever get that. I also want to have an art business, and Morgan and I have also been looking at making a candle business, which could be really interesting as well. So yeah, those are a few goals. Question 5, what's your favourite movie? I think I've got to say Lord of the Rings, because it's just, I grew up with Lord of the Rings, and for most of my life Lord of the Rings was literally my life. And I love it. Right guys, I'm just using some of the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. What's your favourite series? That's easy, Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead. I'm not such a fan of Fear the Walking Dead, but I still like it. Walking Dead is just like the best series. I mean, literally, I have a bit of a complex about there being an apocalypse anyway, so it doesn't necessarily help with that. But I just think the acting's fab. I think the story's fab. I just think it's so good. Literally, I love The Walking Dead. I am an utter obsessed Walking Dead person. Let me know if you've watched it in the comments down below who your favourite character is. Why did I get a dog? Question 7. Good question. I got a dog because lots of different reasons. I really wanted someone to keep me company during the day because obviously I haven't always got Robin with me and it's quite hard for her to go out on walks and things, and I wanted to just be more healthy and fit and healthy because there's a danger with caring like I do that you never really get outside except in the garden. So that's part of the reason. I also wanted to feel a bit safer if I went out with Robin. Even though I live in a really safe area, I feel more vulnerable because I've got a child in a pushchair or, you know, a wheelchair. I really wanted to feel a little bit safer by having a dog. We already have a dog, but it's a small Morgan's dog and she's not quite as protective of me as she is as Morgan. So I quite wanted something just to make me feel a little bit safer and just have a buddy around with me all day, every day, really. So yeah, that was some of the reasons why I got a dog. We also just really love dogs as a family. Number 8, your favourite hobby. Oh, Robin's having a moment. Alexa. Right, by the way, guys, I just had to take a quick break for Robin to listen to some more music. I used the e.l.f. Like bronzer and the Blushing Hearts baked blusher. Yes, so question 8, what is your favourite hobby? Well, YouTube is a good hobby of mine. I really enjoy it, but I also consider it kind of like a little bit of work as well. Even though I really enjoy it, it's what I consider to be my work. So I work really hard to bring you guys content and everything. So YouTube, but my absolute favourite thing to do is to garden. I love gardening. You guys know from my other channel, and if you've been here a while now, I'm just using the sleek highlighter. I absolutely love gardening. I find it so soothing and satisfying, and yeah, I just really love gardening, I guess. What more can I say? Question 9. Really good question, this one. How do you deal with what happened with Robin? I'm talking about you. This is not something that I can just quickly answer like this, but what I will say is I listen to and I read the Tao Te Ching, which is a really powerful old Chinese kind of philosophy, and that has really helped me. I also do things like I do yoga, and I just try and see it as this was meant to be, and that I'm really good at what I do. I'm really good at caring for her, so that helps me. But I don't think when something like what happened to Robin happens to anyone that you can just deal with it. I think it's something that is a process and a journey over many, many years. And by no means have I dealt with it, but I have kind of daily coping mechanisms, which mean I can function as a normal human being without kind of being crazy. Does that make any sense? But I'm not saying that there haven't been times since Robin's been born where I've been in incredibly bad places mentally and I haven't been able to deal with it. So just things like meditating, Taoism, yoga, going out for walks, and sharing my story on YouTube as well was, you know, has been a really huge thing for me, and that was a really big breakthrough with dealing with what happened to Robin, that maybe I can help someone else out in a similar situation. So that is something that I really feel helped as well. So there are a lot of little things that I've done which just help me release some of that, and the team that I work with, around the nursing team I work with, are really nice people to talk to, and I've been really lucky that there have been people that I've just been able to talk to about it as well. Oh no, we're losing it again. I'm gonna have to take another quick break while Robin listens to some more music. Alexa. Right guys, so the next question is another really good question, and it's, what's it like seeing other kids considering what's Robin? So this, again, I don't think this can be answered in one question. Honestly, I find it really hard sometimes. It seems really unfair. I find, especially when people have had a lot of kids and they've all been healthy and fine, it seems really unfair that you could have all these kids and nothing went wrong, but it did for me. So sometimes I find it really hard, but then I kind of remind myself I don't have to deal with the tantrums or the food being thrown up the wall or a lot of these things that parents normally have to deal with, and I just try and focus on, actually I've got a really sweet little girl who's really funny and always laughing and isn't throwing food around and things like that. So I try and just hold on to what I do have, and I also try to teach the kids that I do talk to or do come up to me about like nature and how important it is to protect nature and things like that, because it's normally like around my house that I see other kids, and I try and like get them involved as much as I can and ask them like, what's your favourite bug, what's your favourite animal, and things like that, and that helps me feel like I'm having a positive impact, even if I have a different journey. So that helps me a little bit, but I do honestly find it really, really hard sometimes, and there are times where I just straight up can't deal with it, but there are other times where I feel quite positive about it. So it's a bit both, isn't it, Robin? It's a bit of both. Right, question 11. What do you do with your free time? Well, I think you guys can already answer this, to be honest. I do my YouTube, I do my gardening, I go dog walking, and soon I will be starting doing lots of art in my spare time, which I'm really excited about as well. So that's mainly what I do. I do other odd creative things as well, and cooking, sometimes cooking. So yeah, that's what I do. 12. What beliefs do you have? So I assume this means like religion and stuff. Well, I've already touched upon Taoism, which it has become my, even though it's a philosophy, it's my kind of main belief system. However, I am brought up and I am technically Christian, Protestant Christian, and I have been baptised, and what's the thing after baptised? I can't remember. So I am technically Christian, but I do find some of the Christian beliefs quite difficult to swallow, and that they just don't quite fit with how I believe. But a lot of the things I think are really profound and powerful as well. So I'm a bit of a drifter like that, really. But yeah, no, I do have quite a complicated belief system, which I think is linked to some of the problems I have with dealing with Robin and things like that as well, if that makes sense. So each to their own, and I think everyone should figure out what they believe in personally, rather than just specifically following a certain like belief system. So yeah, some people may be like, oh my god, Molly, how can you say that? But I am technically Christian, and there are a lot of things in Christianity which I do like. but there are some things which I don't necessarily agree with so much, and I think that's okay. I mean, we're in a really modern society now where, you know, spirituality and religion isn't particularly talked about as much as it used to be, and it's not as revered, I think. So, hey, I'm a bit of everything, really. What legacy do you want to leave behind? I presume when I'm gone. Well, again, I've kind of touched upon this. I really want to leave a section of land to nature, which can't be built on, it can't be intensely farmed, and that would be a really amazing achievement if I manage that by the time I am old and grey. That would make me so happy. Number 14, favourite part of yourself. Well, I would say the thing I like most about myself, which is what I'm going to assume this question means, is how resourceful I can be with stuff and making stuff work. So, for example, I went camping with my dad and I ended up making a washing line out of like some old bag I had with me or something. And I'm just quite like that. If I don't have what I need to make something or make something work, I will find another way to make it work. Do you know what I mean? And I think I'm quite good at that, and I'm really proud of that. And I know how to make a lot of stuff out of nature and make nature work for me quite a lot as well, which I think came from growing up in the country. But yeah, I do like to think myself quite resourceful, and that is something I'm really proud of myself about. I have to concentrate on my eyebrows, guys. Right. 2 more questions. What's the biggest thing you've learned in your life? Nothing's ever what you expect. And what will give you the most peace in life, for me, is to live as sustainably and more so naturally as I can. So off nature and things like that as much as I can. And yeah, life's never what you expect it to be at all. At all. That's the biggest thing I've learned so far. There's loads of other things I've learned, but that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. And my final question is, and I love this one, it's a gardening one. What is your favourite plant? So, well, I'm going to give you 2 answers for this one. My favourite flower are sweet peas. I think they smell gorgeous, they look beautiful, they're really versatile, and I just love them to pieces. My favourite vegetable, not to eat but more aesthetically, is I love pumpkins, and growing a pumpkin is just, I find growing pumpkins so satisfying. Sorry about that, Buddy was chewing a toy of Robin's. Yeah. My favourite plant, yeah, pumpkins. I love pumpkins for a vegetable. Even though we don't really eat pumpkin, I just think it looks so gorgeous. So I do love pumpkins. I mean, my favourite eating, I don't know. I think I just have to say potatoes, because this, oh, excuse me, so useful. And they're also kind of really good ground cover, and they kind of grow anywhere. I find them pretty indestructible. So that's definitely one of my favourites. So, yeah. Right, guys, I think those are all my questions, and I really hope you enjoyed this video and this Q&A, and you've learnt some stuff about me. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like another Q&A, and if you have any questions for me down below, let me know and I can put them into my next video. Right guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe down below. 73% of you who are watching my videos are not subscribed, and that is not useful for my channel. If you don't mind subscribing, that would be great. Also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up because it lets me know that you enjoy this kind of video. And thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you all again in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day and bye for now.